Every rider hears the call eventually. The mountain calls you to where the dragon sleeps, a place where nearly 250,000 or more riders venture every year to conquer the dragon. Highway 129, an infamous 318 curves on an 11-mile stretch of road that has claimed the lives of 29 people. It was calling me. It was my turn.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is Monday morning. I didn't record anything yesterday. I just kind of kept that day to myself. I served a divine liturgy with Father David in the chapel downstairs, and then I hung out with the guys for a couple hours after that. And then I just kind of relaxed and kept to myself for the rest of the day, as I typically do on Sundays, and had a little catfish for dinner, came back and went to sleep. Quiet day yesterday. I kind of needed it after that long ride through the rain across Tennessee. That was a rough day on Saturday. But for now, we're going to go have some bagels, a nice bagel shop I discovered down the road called Einstein's Bagels. And then we're just going to explore and see what we can get into. There's Ruby Falls, Rock City. There's an art district I just learned about down the road as well. But today is unplanned, completely off, shooting from the hip. So we're just going to see what we can find. So let's go ahead and do that.
Alright, so my plan to find Einstein's Bagels kind of fell through because I couldn't find it. So right now I'm in downtown Chattanooga trying to find someplace to eat. Thought I'd set my destination in Google Maps to Hardee's. At least I know I can find that. Oh, these roads are not very friendly to motorcycles. But I'm gonna go there, have a biscuit. Then we're going to look at the schedule for Ruby Falls and see if we can get in there. Short-sightedness on my part, I didn't know you had to schedule Ruby Falls in advance. So that was my stupidity on that. So once I get done eating breakfast, I'll check the schedule and see what the availability is there, and then we'll go check it out. Alright, so let's get some food because I'm starving. So, in retrospect, this is probably one of the worst days of the road trip. Even though the whole day was unplanned, it seemed like everything I tried to do struck out or missed completely. After finishing breakfast at Hardee's, I found that Ruby Falls had sold out for the day. I had no idea that tickets would sell out that quickly. Then, it started raining. It was not supposed to rain that day, so I did not have my rain suit with me. And it was here that I started to learn that Tennessee rain forecasts were pretty much worthless. I did secure tickets for Rock City later that afternoon, and so I looked to kill some time before my spot was open to enter the park. I tried to do a tour of Honor Stop at the cemetery there, but there was a military funeral, so the cemetery was closed. I roamed Chattanooga, taking video of all the beautiful murals and graffiti scattered throughout the city, and none of that video seems to have made it to the end of the trip. GPS got me lost and entangled in the residential back roads on the outskirts of the city, and then the GoPro failed to record the ride up the mountain to Rock City. And then I dropped the GoPro and it shattered the back screen when I finally did get there. It felt like nothing was going right today. But alas, I did arrive at Rock City, and not only was the humidity stiflingly hot, it was packed and crowded, but I was bound and determined to accomplish at least one thing I had set out to do. Well, absolutely nothing is going right this morning at all. So, went to Hardee's, had breakfast, wanted to go see Ruby Falls, and all the tickets sold out before I even got done with breakfast. Then it rained, I waited it out, and the rain went away, and I decided to ride to the cemetery in Chattanooga, and they were having a military funeral, so that was closed too. Then I went to a Suzuki dealership that looked like it was run out of somebody's backyard in some seedy neighborhood, and I wasn't stopping there. So I came to Rock City, and everything else before now just hasn't worked out. So I'm at Rock City right now. It's actually really, really packed. It's been a while since I've seen this many people in one place. I've got about 20 minutes left before my ticket goes active. Once I'm inside Rock City, I'll go ahead and go inside and show you what's inside. Man, it is significantly cooler on this trail in the rock garden, and oh, it's so nice. I guess the sun can't reach down here, and I don't know if it's the combination of the rocks, the moss, and the water, but it's easily 20 degrees cooler down here. It is so nice and a great reprieve from the heat of the day. Okay, this section is really cramped. I barely fit through here with the backpack on. Oh my goodness. Oh. That was really tight. If you are overweight, I don't recommend doing the trail. No offense to you. I will say this. Rock City is definitely a leg workout. Lots of steps and crouching and walking. Not so bad, but very beautiful. Well, a walking trail, that is. Also, I do have to comment about Fairyland Caverns. If you're half blind like me, it's very dark in there. I couldn't see anything. I had to kind of go with the crowd, shambling like a zombie with everybody else because I didn't see where I was going. And if you're claustrophobic, I do not recommend it at all. I'm not claustrophobic, but I was starting to get claustrophobic because I'm squeezed shoulder to shoulder with people in a cave. I can't see. I don't know where I'm going. I was like down there for like 20 minutes like, is this ever going to end? I hope so. But right now, I'm just on a leisurely walk now to the 7 States Overlook, and that's where we'll be going next. So it is said from the overlook on top of Lookout Mountain, you can see 7 states. I think I believe them. After giving the swinging bridge a try and feeling like I was about to die because the people in front of me would not stop bouncing and jumping down the entire length of the bridge, I decided it was time to go. Besides, radar was telling me there was a storm coming in, and by now Tennessee weather had gotten my scent and I was sure it would chase me down wherever I went. The ride down Lookout Mountain was quite beautiful, though you had to be careful of tourists stopped in the middle of the road, on blind corners. Tomorrow was the big day where I would ride out to Deal's Gap and ride the Tail the Dragon, but also see Ruby Falls. By now I had given up all pretenses on things going according to plan. So at this point, I was just in a go-with-the-flow mode. As long as I saw Ruby Falls and got to ride the Tail of the Dragon, I really didn't care what happened in between. But before I got back to home base, there was one more thing I had to do. I gotta do it, guys, but there's a cop right there, so should I? overpass. You know what that means. It always makes me giggle. Well, hello everyone. So clearly I'm back at the apartment. I didn't bring enough clothes for this trip. I was not expecting it to be this muggy, hot, humid down here. But I went out to dinner. I didn't film dinner. I'm still learning the YouTube thing, and I'm not yet comfortable filming everybody in a public place like that. I'll get there eventually. But right now, I'm going to clean up, set things up, and get ready for going to Deals Gap tomorrow. But first, I'm going to go to Ruby Falls first thing tomorrow morning, since I neglected to do that this morning because I had no idea the tickets for that sold out that quickly. I was honestly surprised when I go buy tickets online. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get cleaned up, go ahead and get everything set up so I can wake up early in the morning and do Ruby Falls. And then right after Ruby Falls, we're going to go ahead to Deals Gap and ride the Tail of the Dragon. Actually, we're going to go to Tellico Plains. Then we're going to go ride the Cherahalla Skyway into Robbinsville. And then from Robbinsville, we're going to go to Deals Gap, where we'll then ride the Tail of the Dragon. In typical, the thread for today, nothing working out or going as expected or planned. I looked at the Harley dealership out there in Deals Gap, and of course they're closed tomorrow. So I will not be able to get a Harley poker chip from that Harley Davidson, which is one of the things I wanted to get. So I might have to call them at some point, see if I can order them online. But anyways, you guys have a good night. Keep the two wheels on the ground. Shine your side up. I'll see you in the next one. Ah, the sound of fireworks. Soon to be drowned out by the sound of snoring.